everyone, back tuning into Weekend Forecast. As always on a Saturday, you can have a detailed look at the weather weekend at Gas Weather. So we've got a complex week's weather coming up. High pressure going to be building over Scandinavia. It wants to get winds into the east, bring us a bitterly cold easterly wind, but the Atlantic is going to be fighting against it, certainly through the first half of the week. Anyway, I think as we get through to the second half of the week, we probably will find the wind going into the east, but the extent of this easterly and the severity of it is really highly uncertain at the moment. So I think expect changes on a day-to-day basis over the coming few days. At the moment it looks like a fairly sort of weak and rather pathetic easterly at the end of the week, but there is the scope here, I think, for upgrades as we get through towards Thursday, Friday and next weekend. We might find things turn out to be a little bit colder than the models are suggesting today, with maybe more of an easterly fetch, bringing the air from a further way east. And if we do that, then the air will be colder. There will also be more wintry potential. So I think for the second half of the week, it's going to be with low confidence. There's going to be a case of just keep an eye on the forecast over the coming few days. Before I get on with the weekend forecast, just to say about the ads, there's links articles on all the pages. Have a browse, visit, click through the links. Going to help us pay the website. Thanks so much for doing that. We're using for weekend forecast coming from theweatheroutlook.com and wetcent.d. You find a link to both those websites on the links page. This is the radar picture today. Quite a messy picture. So we've got lots of heavy rain across Scotland, and there's some hill snow mixed in with that as well. Also got an area of showery rain in the far southeast. That's clearing away to the east. And I've got this area of showers through the Irish Sea and down into southwestern England. They're going to be pushing eastwards, particularly this evening, bringing some rain across England and Wales overnight, possibly with a little bit of hill snow for the Pennines and the North Midlands as well. So here's today's Arctic pressure chart. The high pressure is already starting to build across Scandinavia. At the moment, we're still in this Atlantic flow, however, with the air coming from the west. It's a little bit cooler than it has been over the past few days, though. So we've got the rain and the hill snow across Scotland, persistent outbreaks of rain there, with snow on high ground. That'll gradually be pushing northwards and westwards through the course of the afternoon, but generally quite a dismal afternoon for the north. The rain in the southeast will be clearing away to allow sunny spells to come down, and then many parts of England and Wales will actually have quite a decent afternoon with a reasonable amount of bright and sunny spells. But we will have those showers in the southwest banding together and beginning to push in towards Wales and southwest England by the end of this afternoon. Some of those will be heavy, maybe even with hail and thunder mixed in. Temperatures today ranging from around 4 to 8 Celsius, so it's certainly a bit cooler than it has been, but still not too bad really for early February. Overnight tonight, that persistent area of rain and snow across Scotland will gradually die out. Then we're going to have a widespread frost. It could turn really icy in the north tonight, with temperatures going down to -2, -3 degrees, quite wide. After all the rain that we've had today and the hill snow, there could well be quite a lot of ice around across Scotland tomorrow morning. Elsewhere, we're going to have that band of cloud and showers spreading across England and Wales through the course of the night. A few heavier showers mixed in, and over high ground of the Pennines and the North Midlands, so let's say the Staffordshire moorlands and in towards places like Bucks and also North Wales, we could have some wintry conditions occurring. Some sleet or snow could be mixed in with those showers. Clearer spells will allow temperatures fall down towards freezing. In the showers around 2 or 3 degrees. There will be a risk of ice almost anywhere tonight, but the greatest risk, I think, will be up in the north. Sunday starts off with a band of cloud and wintry showers across northern England. They'll be pushing up in towards Scotland through the course of the afternoon. There could be some accumulations of snow actually over high ground of Scotland tomorrow. Otherwise, a fair amount of dry weather again. There will be some rain moving through the channel in the morning. That could just clip into the far southeast of England, but otherwise a fair amount of dry weather for sunny, quite a decent day with sunny spells coming through once again. A little bit colder than today again, so temperatures of just 3 to 7 degrees is about average really for early February. Now we go through into Monday, and you see the high pressure has really built across Scandinavia. That's a genuine Scandinavian high. There's a lot of cold air sitting to the south and east of this high pressure, wanting to push westwards, but we are actually being governed by this deep area of low pressure in the Atlantic, but spreading in an active weather front on Monday. So although we start off with a lot of sunshine and a widespread and quite hard frost on Monday morning, it'll very quickly turn wet and windy through the day, with outbreaks of heavy rain spreading through Ireland onto the western side of the country through the morning, and then that's sweeping across the country during Monday afternoon. Eastern Scotland and eastern England will probably hang on to dry weather throughout daylight hours, but most places will turn wet and windy through the course of Monday. There's risk of gales around Irish Sea coast. Temperatures in the west will eventually become very mild, reaching 12 degrees 54 Fahrenheit, but in the east it'll be cold, with temperatures there of just 4 or 5 degrees after that widespread frost. Into Tuesday, we probably start off with some rain down the east coast first thing in the morning. That's left over from Monday's wet weather. That'll go quite quickly. And then I think really for Tuesday, it's just a case of sunshine and showers. Notice we've got a real battle going on here. We've got big area of high pressure over Scandinavia. We've got all of this low pressure in the Atlantic. We're sort of in a bit of a no man's land between the two, and that's how we'll be on Wednesday as well, I think. So once the persistent rain clears the eastern coast, expect just sunshine and showers. The showers probably turning increasingly wintry across Scotland and Northern Ireland. Temperatures in the south could be up to around 9 degrees, but in the north just 2 or 3. And then we're into a real no man's land on Wednesday between, again, the low pressure out to the west and the high pressure over Scandinavia. Eventually, we're trying to get wind into the east. So it looks like we're going to have a fair amount of dry weather through the course of Wednesday. I think it will be essentially a dry day. There'll be a cloud coming onto the eastern side with drizzly bits and pieces of rain, maybe a little sleet mixed in with that. Otherwise, as I say, a fair amount of dry weather with sunny spells. Temperatures rather cold, really, at around 3 to 7 degrees. And then we go through into Thursday, and we're going into an easterly wind then, but you'll notice it's a very slack wind, it's very light wind on this particular run of the GFS. However, I'm not certain that this model is getting it right, really, for the latter part of the week. I think this high pressure could be more intense than this is suggested over Scandinavia. I think this easterly wind could be stronger, with a fetch, rather than coming from sort of southern Europe, coming more from the northeast of Europe. So I think watch your space on anything from Thursday onwards. Expect a band of cloud and rain, maybe with sleet, moving across the country from east to west during the course of Thursday, then allowing colder air to spread into the east, with the risk of snow showers coming onto the east coast. They might turn a little bit on the heavier side of the east coast by Thursday night. Temperatures look cold for Thursday, just 2 or 3 degrees at best for most of us. It'll feel bitterly cold in the east as that easterly wind freshens. Into Friday, again, looks a very mediocre easterly, really, but again, I'm not sure the model has this quite right. So again, the wind is coming from the east, so it's going to be a cold day. Just how cold and how much wintry potential do we have? On the face of it, it looks very dry, probably a lot of cloud, a few snow showers perhaps running down the east coast. Temperature around 4 or 5 degrees, something like that. But it does have the potential to be colder than this, I think, and more wintry, especially so in the east. And into the weekend, Saturday still looking cold. Sunday probably starting to introduce milder air to the north and west, but again, have to emphasise the uncertainty that we've got in association with that. Finally, have a look at charts from the Weather Outlook. Your situation today, the rain in the southeast and across Scotland, otherwise a fair amount of dry weather. Through into Sunday, and a lot of dry weather coming through again on Sunday. Into next week, wet and windy from the west on Monday. After a frosty start, it really turns wet and windy across the country. Back to sunshine and showers on Tuesday. And then from Wednesday into Thursday into Friday, we find the winds going into the east. And it's a case of how cold is it going to get, and will we just have a very slack easterly flow, which won't do much, or will we have a stronger easterly wind? If we do, then we'll start to drag in colder air from eastern parts of Europe. So for Thursday, Friday in the weekend, just keep an eye on what the weather is doing. So in summary, we're starting off with a mixed weekend. There's rain and dry spells across the country today. More towards the drier side of things, I think, as we get through into Sunday. Monday's wet and windy. Tuesday and Wednesday, fairly dry and showery. Thursday and Friday into the weekend, we're looking out for the easy wind and seeing how cold it gets. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.